Kakabakaba is a horror anthology series that aired on GMA7 from 2000 to 2004, broadcasting every Saturday night. The show featured various actors in standalone episodes, including Gabby Eigenmann, the De Rossi sisters, and most notably, Ann Curtis. The series' signature doll, the Chaka doll, often believed to be the Philippine counterpart of the famous doll Chucky, was introduced several months after the show began. One highly anticipated episode featured the doll starred Ann Curtis as Girly, alongside Roxanne Barcelo and James Blanco. This episode quickly became popular and eventually led to multiple Chaka doll episodes, creating a mini franchise within the anthology. The plot followed a typical slasher-style narrative. Although the characters managed to kill Chaka doll, who even appears burned to a crisp, she keeps coming back to life and continues to follow multiple protagonists. Chaka doll gained significant popularity, making cameo appearances on Eat Bulaga, and even inspiring a spin-off show titled Kakabakaba. Unfortunately, many of the Chaka doll episodes, especially the one featuring Ann Curtis, are now considered lost. Currently, the only accessible episodes are episode 36 of Kakabakaba, uploaded by GMA in 2021, and the pilot episode of Kakabakaba, uploaded way back in 2009. Other episodes and cameo appearances of Chaka doll remain lost, with very little information available online, aside from occasional mentions. Jollitown was a collaborative effort between Jollibee, McCann World Group Philippines, and Unitel. It was a children's program that aired on both ABS-CBN and GMA from 2008 to 2013. Commissioned for the fast food chain's 30th anniversary, the series was created by Jollibee President Ernesto Tanmanchong and ran for 6 seasons. The show featured Jollibee and his best friends as they taught children lessons and values through fun adventures. They were often joined by real-life actors and actresses who accompanied them on their journeys. In its final season, the series was rebranded as the Jollitown Kids Show in 2013 and shifted to a variety show format featuring games, stories, and other segments. The first 3 seasons aired on GMA from 2008 to 2010. While the program was fairly popular early on, declining ratings led to its move to ABS-CBN for its 4th and 5th seasons in 2011 to 2012. In 2013, the show transferred back to GMA for its 6th and final season, again due to low ratings. In August 2023, UXS Incorporated uploaded full episodes of seasons 1 to 5 on its official YouTube channel. The remaining episodes of season 1, particularly on episodes 13 and 14, were uploaded separately by the channel Landscape Network on July 16, 2023. On September 14, 2020, YouTube user Miriam Decuri uploaded the first episode of Season 6. As of now, the rest of Season 6, the Jollitown Kids Show, has yet to resurface. Subject, I Love You, is a 2011 American romantic drama film directed by Francis De La Torre. The movie is inspired by the infamous I Love You computer virus, which caused global disruption at the turn of the millennium. Although the film was produced in the United States starting in 2008, it was filmed entirely in the Philippines and featured several Filipino actors, including Jericho Rosales in his first international film, Terzo Cruz III, and Gary Valenciano. The film was also promoted by ABS-CBN. The story follows Victor, played by Jericho Rosales, who will go to great lengths to reconnect with Butterfly, played by Brianna Evigan, the only woman he has ever loved. His journey draws him into an international criminal investigation, blending romance, intrigue, and the impact of technology on personal lives, a unique fictional take on a real-world event. The film premiered at the Newport Beach Film Festival on April 30, 2011. Despite the trailer's website materials, posters, and promotional photos, no copy of the movie is currently available online. Originally, I considered including this in my Lost Films of the Philippines video. However, since it is technically an American production, albeit filmed in the Philippines with Filipino actors, I ultimately decided to remove it and put it here instead. In 2002, public relations firm Perceptions Incorporated approached then Manila City Mayor Lito Atienza to launch a campaign aimed at engaging the youth of Metro Manila. In collaboration with Cartoon Network, the campaign, titled Cartoon Network Mayor's Awards of Excellence, was officially launched on July 2, 2002, as a joint effort between Cartoon Network and the Metro Manila Mayor's League. Its inaugural edition was promoted through a series of interstitials featuring Atienza, alongside the mayor of Townsville from the Powerpuff Girls. Later editions of the awards included other characters from Cartoon Network's original programming. The awards were open to Metro Manila youths aged 10 to 16, recognizing nominees for community service and excellence in fields such as arts, athletics, and leadership. Awardees were also given the opportunity to appear alongside Cartoon Network characters from shows like Dexter's Laboratory, Coding, Kids Next Door, and the Powerpuff Girls, who personally mentioned and congratulated them. The first known mention of these interstitials appeared in their lifestyle section of the Philippine Star, published 15 days after the campaign's debut. Aside from this, very little information about the campaign exists. Several clips of the promotion survive, most notably footage from later editions of the awards and an acceptance speech from one of the awardees. However, other versions of the campaign have yet to resurface. Mel Tiangco, one of the Philippines' most respected newscasters, began her broadcasting career during the final years of then-President Ferdinand Marcos Sr.'s dictatorship. She was hired by the government-owned PTV4, then called MBS4, after being discovered during a network audition. After the People Power Revolution in 1986, Tiangco joined ABS-CBN, where she spent a decade becoming one of the original anchors of the network's flagship newscast, TV Patrol, working alongside renowned newscasters such as Dolly De Castro and the late Frankie Kakiko Evangelista. During this period, she also co-hosted the Sunday afternoon talk show Mel and Jay with Jay Sonza, which aired on the network's radio station, DZMM, and later had a television counterpart. In 1995, Tiangco was commissioned by Procter & Gamble Philippines to star in a Tide Plus bar commercial. The 45-second advertisement began with Tiangco holding two socks, one dirty, the other clean, before introducing the product. A professional then dipped the dirty sock into clean water, instantly removing the stains. The commercial concluded with a comparison of the two socks. The clean one treated with Tide Plus bar versus the other treated with a different detergent, followed by Tiangco and the professionals endorsing the product. However, this commercial ultimately triggered the abrupt end of her ABS-CBN career. She was suspended for 3 months and eventually terminated, as the network claimed she violated its policy prohibiting news anchors from appearing in product endorsements, a policy allegedly enforced worldwide to prevent suspicions of bias or favoritism. Following the controversy, Tiangco took an indefinite leave of absence, while Sonza resigned voluntarily. Both eventually transferred to GMA Network in 1998, bringing the Mel and Jay show with them. The timing was notable as ABS-CBN and GMA were already embroiled in the so-called network wars, which began a year earlier when Eat Bulaga moved from ABS-CBN to GMA. Tiangco's dismissal led to a legal battle that lasted 16 years, as she sued ABS-CBN for illegal dismissal, claiming her rights as an employee and individual had been violated. Sonza also faced legal action from the network due to his departure. The Tide Plus bar commercial resurfaced on YouTube in 2019, uploaded by user Vibesy, but the video lacked audio. The full commercial with audio remains lost. Continuing the trend of intense rivalry between ABS-CBN and GMA, the case of Angelo de la Cruz in 2004 highlights how the network clashed over exclusive coverage. Following the September 11, 2001 attacks, President George W. Bush launched the War on Terror, eventually shifting focus to Iraq. In 2003, a multinational coalition invaded Iraq to overthrow Saddam Hussein. The Philippines participated, sending 51 soldiers and approximately 4,000 Filipino civilians. One of them was 46-year-old Angelo de la Cruz, an OFW driver working with the U.S. Army. On July 7, 2004, he was kidnapped near Fallujah by militants who demanded that the Philippines withdraw its troops as soon as possible. The Philippine government complied, pulling out a month earlier than planned. De la Cruz was released on July 20, but the Philippines' troop withdrawal drew criticism from its allies. When De la Cruz returned to the country, both GMA and ABS-CBN aired exclusive live coverage of his arrival on July 22, 2004. ABS-CBN was the first to record live footage of De la Cruz at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport and the subsequent press conference. Reuters had an agreement with ABS-CBN to provide the footage exclusively, barring any Philippine subscribers from airing it. However, GMA requested footage from Reuters as part of their subscription. Somehow, GMA received over 1.5 minutes of Angelo's arrival footage, apparently without even knowing that it came from ABS-CBN, and even aired a 5-second clip directly from ABS-CBN. Once the source was recognized, GMA7 ceased airing the footage. ABS-CBN accused GMA of stealing footage from July 22 to 23, 2004. Shows such as Insider and Magandang Umaga Bayan criticized GMA, using phrases like "pagnanakaw ng aming eksklusibong kuha" and "pamimirata ng footage," with one report stating, "Ang pagnanakaw ay isang malaking krimen." ABS-CBN broadcasters Erwin Tulfo called the coverage quote-unquote exclusive and accused GMA7 of piracy, and Linda Humidia reiterated that ABS-CBN's exclusive videos were aired without permission and considered legal action. In response, GMA's executives filed a libel case against ABS-CBN on July 27, 2004, with anchors like Jessica Soho asserting that they could not steal a broadcast. The legal battle continued with nearly 2 decades, with numerous debunking and rebuttal efforts along the way. It was finally resolved in 2011 when the Quezon City Regional Trial Court ruled that GMA's use of the video fell under fair use. The original footage is now considered lost, with only a screen cap from TV Patrol remaining. Additionally, the ABS-CBN used episodes that criticized GMA. Insider and Magandang Umaga Bayan are also unfortunately lost. Toy tournaments like Tamiya Mini 4WD Racing and Beyblade battles have a long history. Tamiya first released Mini 4WD cars in 1982, offering snap-together 1 to 32 scale kits that quickly became a competitive hobby, with official races dating back to the late 1980s. Beyblade, launched in 1999 by Takara, or now known as Takara Tomy, was inspired by traditional Japanese Beigoma tops and came with a manga of the same name, which was later adapted into an anime. Both brands developed competitive scenes over time, and the Philippines followed suit in the late 1990s to early 2000s. During this period, GMA Network's Eat Bulaga featured a mini 4WD racing segment called Let's Go Carrera, based on the anime Bakuso Kyodai Let's and Go, which aired on GMA at the time. While it's unclear if Tamiya personally sponsored the segment, ABS-CBN's Magandang Tanghali Bayan ran a similar segment titled Race Go Pera Carrera, reportedly officially sponsored by Tamiya. This 1v1 race awarded 10,000 pesos to first place, 5,000 pesos to second place, and a grand prize of a Nokia 3210. The two segments had different rules. Eat Bulaga allowed participants to use non-original kits or parts with more flexible rules. But Magandang Tanghali Bayan required the original, untampered Tamiya parts and imposed size limitations. Well, Tamiya Racing became so popular that it even had a column in the Manila Bulletin, which is now unfortunately lost. ABS-CBN also ran a Beyblade segment in the early 2000s titled Top Silog, the Beyblade Challenge, hosted by John Estrada and Randy Santiago, with Bentong serving as the boss character, Buray Buray. The segment featured anime-style introductions for the kids, a stadium resembling a bowl, and countdowns before launching Beyblades. The rules were flexible. Setups only needed to resemble a Beyblade. Eyewitnesses recalled that smaller but original Beyblades could sometimes defeat larger, heavier ones. All of these segments are now unfortunately lost, and very little information exists online aside from these eyewitness accounts.